Hi, my name's Marcia Johnson, and together with my grandnephew Ryan, we are Marcia's Crafts. Today we're going to make this masculine birthday card. There's the inside, and to make this card, you will need the snow front stamp set, and we'll be using this image, the deer, a couple of the trees, the cabin, this little blob here. I think that might be it. We're also going to use winter woods. We're just going to use the trees here. And then from Itty Bitty Birthdays, I'm just using the happy day. For dies, we're going to use from the In the Woods framelits, just the die of the tree. And from layering ovals, to cut, we're going to use these two largest dies, and then I'm just going to use the next one to just put a pencil mark around to show where I'm going to be doing my scene. For ink, Crumb Cake, Soft Suede, Mossy Meadow, and Balmy Blue. Bring in my pieces. We have a early espresso card base. We're going to be stamping on this piece. We have a Mossy Meadow piece. For the inside, we have Whisper White. And then we have a small piece of copper, a small piece of soft suede, a little piece of soft suede for our matte, and a piece of white for our sentiment. And this piece that we're going to make our scene on, and the envelope. So we'll be stamping these. But before we do that stamping, let's make our little background scene. For that, you could use thick Whisper White or watercolor paper, but I'm just using regular white. I'm going to start with the soft suede and the cabin, because I want the cabin to kind of be the centerpiece. So let's get our cabin, ink that up, and it's going to go right about here. And then I'm going to take the mountains, and for that I'm going to use Crumb Cake. Oh, and let me get a piece of scratch paper because I'm going to be snapping off. Okay, so Crumb Cake for our mountain. Oh, here's my mountain. There we go. I just want some here, and I'm going to stamp off and put one like here. There. Okay, next I'm going to put in our little trees. Those will be in Mossy Meadow. I have a big one there and there. Oops, that didn't go down very well. Okay, and then we'll take the little one and fill in a bit. Okay, next I have some little bit of like dirt, and we're going to do that in Crumb Cake. I'm going to stamp off and then just all right. Next, I'm going to take a little bit of soft suede, Crumb Cake on a block. Just leave that right there. And some Balmy Blue also on a block. I'm going to get my Aqua Painter and run a little bit of water on there. Okay. And I'm going to just do in the sky. Nothing fancy. And then I like to put a little water down at the bottom too, just because. Clean your Aqua Painter by just wiping back and forth until it runs clear. Then we're going to go over and get some of that Crumb Cake. And we're just going to do our foreground. Okay, that's our little scene. Again, clean off your Aqua Painter. And just one more thing on here. I'm going to take the soft suede and I'm going to put my deer in there. So ink up the little deer, and I'm going to put them right about here. There. Okay, then we're going to put that aside to dry. Get this out of the way so we don't get too messy. Then I do have one more thing to do with the soft suede. I'm going to take that circle and just lay it in the middle of the soft suede. We'll be cutting it out later, but I just want an idea of where it's going to go. So I'm just going to mark this. And then I'm going to take this tree, and with the soft suede, I'm going to ink up the trees, and I'm just going to go all the way around the scene. Just like that. Kind of make my own DSP. Okay, we'll put that aside, let it dry. And we do have a little big shot work to do. Sorry, I forgot to do the inside of the card and the envelope, but we'll bring back our little trees and our soft suede. And again, I'm just gonna ink up my trees and just stamp down here for the inside. And for the envelope, I'm gonna ink up and just stamp down here. Okay, that should do it. For the big shot work, we're going to take our Mossy Meadow piece, and because it's going to be behind our scenes, and we're going to take these two, the two largest of the ovals, and we're going to cut those out here. And through the miracle of YouTube, our frame, that's what we'll end up with, and that. Then we're going to take the second to the largest frame, or the smaller of the two you use to cut that, and we're going to take our crumb cake, our crumb cake layer, and we're just going to cut that out. And again, there we go. Next, we have our two pieces of our copper and our soft suede, and we're going to cut this tree out of both of those. And I did forget one more thing. I swear, this getting older is not good. I forget my head if it wasn't attached, and that's for real. I forgot to stamp our sentiments. So let's get our little piece of white in here, and actually I'm gonna put it on something so I can see better. Okay, there. Okay, now it's time to assemble our card. I'm gonna do this with glue. As usual, I put the inside in first. Okay, then we're going to take our Mossy Meadow layer, add that. Okay, next our background layer. Place it on here and just check on the front to make sure you like. Ooh, I think I want to move that up a little bit. Yeah, I think right about there. Check it again real quick before I press it all the way down. Okay. Next, I'm going to put our crumb cake layer on. You could, by all means, you could pop this up. I was actually even considering making it a shaker card and putting in those snowy, whoops, I think I got that a little too far up. Snowy, the snowflake sequins. That, I thought that might have been interesting, but in the end, I decided just a regular card. Okay, let's move that down just a tad. Didn't have near this much trouble with my other card. Okay, there we go. Then we'll put our sentiment down in the corner. Oh, you know, last time I backed it with, looks like I backed it with Mossy Meadow. I think I like the Mossy Meadow better, but I'll probably replace it with Mossy Meadow, but let's go with what I've got here right now. Go ahead and put our little frame on. Yeah, I'm not gonna attach that. I'm gonna change that out for Mossy Meadow. And then I put the copper tree in the background. Just attach that also with glue. You don't need very much, really. Strategic places. A couple of dots. And put that down right about there. And then our other one. I would really prefer the Mossy Meadow, so like I said, I'll just tack it with a couple things down here, and you can compare, but seriously, Mossy Meadow's the way to go. Okay, so that's this card. Here's the original, and I think you have to agree with me. I put it on dimensionals. Yeah, the Mossy Meadow's way better. Okay, there's our envelope. Hope you enjoyed this card. If you did, maybe you could give us a thumbs up, maybe even a comment, subscribe to our channel, and we will see you next time, hopefully soon. Bye-bye.